This week is Depression Awareness Week, and one woman living in South Wales has been sharing her experiences of mental health illnesses and the care available to her publicly through her blog, Mental Illness Talk, grabbing the attention of mainstream broadcasters and the online community. This month she spoke at Cardiff's Ignite event about her anorexia, explaining how being mentally ill isn't as black and white as common opinion would dictate. I went to meet Claire Greaves about her blog and writing opportunities for the Huffington Post, which has given her the platform to speak out and contribute to the campaign to end stigma around mental health problems.
It was through Fixers UK, so they're a charity that work with 16 to 25-year-olds, and their communications officer put me in touch, and they were impressed with my blog, so I started blogging for them as well as through my own blog. I used to not really speak to anybody, even in social situations I just didn't talk about anything. And I got this one opportunity through to speak to the media about a situation I'd been through where I ended up in a cell through my mental illness. And I just went for it. I wouldn't have normally gone for it, and I just said yes to something I would have said no to. And I found that it really helped to speak about something that I blamed myself for and realised that it wasn't my fault. And it helped so many other people as well, that it makes it life easier to talk about things and to hold it all inside, and it helps other people as well. I think education is important, so I think we need to start talking about mental health right from when we're babies, because it's something that isn't spoken about until there's a problem, and when there's a problem it's too late then. So if people are aware, they are aware of their own mental health, they're also aware of others. So when I was first struggling, I had no one to turn to and nobody understood. But if they would have been educated, perhaps they could have turned to family members and they would have known what to do. Yeah. When I was at college, my mental health was very poor, and I was still being pushed to do UCAS forms and go to university, when actually my life was at risk and it was more important to focus on my health, but nobody told me that. Yeah. I was pushed into education and work when I just wasn't even well enough to be there. It's more important to engage those that don't have mental health problems, because then as a society we can support one another. I think the more you bottle things up and the more silence there is, the worse the situation gets and the more dangerous it can get as well. Yeah. I think there's been times where I've asked for help and I've been ignored, and then it's got to crisis point as well, which is frustrating because it's hard enough to speak out. Yeah. And then when you speak out and you get ignored, it just feels awful, and you get to the crisis point and you know it could have been preventable. And I think sometimes the experiences you have of triage with a mental health problem, it can put you off going back and seeking help if they react to you in the wrong way. Yeah. I had a triage nurse say to me once, she said, "I've got patients who haven't chosen to be here." Yeah.
As well as her blog, Claire has this year been involved with BBC Generation, where she has acted as a voice for young people experiencing mental health problems. She hopes that parties running for Parliament this year will finally start taking mental health seriously, as you cannot have health without mental health.
A lot of my voting will be about the mental health manifestos, and I just wanted my voice to be heard about my opinions on mental health in the NHS. So yeah, that's why I applied. Yeah. I think the aim is just to turn something negative into a positive. It doesn't make it worth it, but it makes it meaningful. All the stuff that has happened to me and with this illness, it's been quite traumatic, and then you just think this could help somebody else. Yeah. So yeah, if it just helps one person, then it's done its job.
You can read about Claire's experiences at mentalillnesstalk.wordpress.com.